Hey everyone, I'm Damian Holbrook from TV Guide Magazine and TV Insider. I'm with Peyton, Nick, and Milo from School Spirits on Paramount Plus, premiering March 9th.
Look at me, Nicole.
They can't see you.
Nothing ever changes here. It all just resets.
You try to leave campus, you just bounce right back to where you died.
They found a bunch of blood smeared all over the boiler room.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
I'm calling it My So-Called Afterlife.
Well, I could get behind that more so than the other references today.
I say
love
My
that.
So-Called Afterlife.
I love that.
Ghosts stuck in high school.
Yes.
Which to me is basically like, oh, they're all in hell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
right, you've got to lean into it. So your character, we learn, it's the name School Spirits, people might think it's a comedy. But this is pretty dark. It's very sad, actually, how it starts. And your character, we find out very early on, has met her demise, but we don't exactly know how. You've got friends, I guess, that you meet. And there's also a very little bit of a Breakfast Club feel to it as well. Going along into the show, what were you most surprised to find out about your student?
Great question.
Here. My character Wally is very lighthearted and sort of the opposite of what you were saying. I thought it was a comedy, just reading the first episode and talking to the production team about it. We don't really know too much about the show getting involved because it's a murder mystery and they want to keep it that way for us as well. They don't want us to know. So taking the show, I kind of just trusted that it was going to be a good one, talking to the team. But I think I was surprised to figure out how dark the show is and how real it is, and we cover topics that need to be talked about. And but also Wally keeps it very lighthearted, but he's also very complex, and there's a lot more to him than I had thought. So that was interesting to me.
Yeah, when we sign on, obviously we only get the first episode, and so I had no idea the trajectory of any of the characters. But what was so amazing about it, and what was the most shocking, was how deep that Nate and Megan, the writers, go with it. I mean, it gets heavy for everyone.
Heavy. Like you're dealing with grief, and young people don't really often know how to deal with grief.
Right.
So your characters have passed on. How did the people they left behind? How were they affected? And we see so much of that in the first episode, with a beautiful moment. In the finale, like the final moments of the first episode that I'm not going to spoil, but like it immediately hooks you. And I was like, I need 11 more episodes right now. I need to know exactly what just happened.
Thank you.
How was it for you getting to play this character who is kind of stuck in a place where she doesn't really know, is she dead or not?
So for me, I was really trying to figure out what happened to this person. And I feel like you already feel that way in high school. You're already trying to figure out so many things. You're already so confused just about where you stand with people and what your life is. And then, she just has to watch all these people who have wronged her while she's still trying to figure out how she died. And yeah, it was weird for me. I definitely feel clearer finishing it.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing, like very few actors get to play roles that have already died.
I love that it starts there. I was like, yes, let's get right into it.
Right. Like,
let's
we
not
don't
take
know-
any
we
time
don't-
to lead into it.
Yeah, and it's very cool because you get to create almost a whole new life for this character from the get-go. And you get these great characters to play with, but you make a joke actually about what you're wearing. Because what you're wearing, you're wearing forever,
Right.
and in this location as well. How was it having just that place to work in?
Yeah, it was like a police station. Not to, talk badly about this location, but it's a very bleak place. Like, it's not very colorful, and that's where, at least, we never leave the school because we're stuck there.
Yeah.
You shot some like flashbacks in other places, but we definitely got familiar with it, and we got to explore many different parts of this building. But
Yeah. Well, it was really interesting because the gym scene where we do the ghost circle is not insulated, that room. So when we first started shooting, it was 100 degrees almost in Canada. And I mean, Milo's wearing sweats
like,
top to
40
bottom.
layers. Also, something about me, I run very hot, and at the beginning of the season, we're inside. We're in this like just insulated gym, and I kept complaining all the time. And then the wardrobe team would be like, "Trust me, you're gonna thank us when it's freezing cold outside," and we go outside later in the season. Still at the school, but then it got freezing cold, and then I started taking off all my layers because that's just what happened, what we had to do for the show, and I was just either super hot or super cold, but no complaints. Had a great time, and love my costume, so comfy, and I'm happy I died wearing that.
Again, no spoilers or anything like that, but it is a murder mystery. Who was the first to kind of start developing the theories as to who it was? And can you tell us, did anyone get it right?
Nobody got it right, but
Nobody got it
Milo.
right. I put in work. I had thanks for holding this. I had like a cardboard thing in my room. I had everybody's faces on them. I was like connecting faces with pieces
The
of
strings
yarn,
were
like,
attached.
finding
I thought he was
like,
joking about it,
actually-
and then I saw it. It was very real.
I am such a puzzler. Like I love solving stuff, and I tried really hard. Wasn't even close.
No, every day we'd get into the car to go to set, and it'd be a new.
Oh my gosh,
theory.
I was like, I should
so
care more
thought
about
out. And
my
then
character's
right,
death.
exactly.
I think I cared. I was like, Milo cares the most out of.
Like, if I were you, I would have wanted to know signing on, like, okay, well, who was it?
That's what everyone said, and I was like, no, I'll figure it out as it goes along, which was weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
But everyone, I was like, can everyone stop talking about their theories? Like, we don't know yet. Just stop.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us were close at all. I mean, it is very well written, and we don't know what happens. We didn't know what happens in the final episode, and when I read it for the first time, similar to Peyton, I was like bawling my eyes out. It was so. Like all of our hard work paid off, and I was just so happy that they wrapped it up that way. It's super creative.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations. School Spirits on Paramount Plus, premiering March 9th. Do not miss it.